Hey, AJ here with another ATAK Syndicate presentation. In this video, I'm going to cover orthomosaics in ATAK. We're going to use the Palisades incident imagery we got from Maxar as an example. Now, this could be post-incident, or you could use this as pre-incident. Could be you're setting up for a big marathon and you wanted the latest imagery, you could get that. And this doesn't have to be from a satellite like we're using from Maxar. This could be used using a crewed or uncrewed aircraft with a sensor and software capable of doing this, like what you see from Overwatch imaging. So I also want to highlight some of the cool stuff that ATAK does do for wildfire. And one of those is versus data packages. We'll go over here to where the fire is. You can see that Courtney Aviation up. It looks like they're doing a little mapping mission. But I build data packages for all of these incidents. When they're when they're up and going. So what I love about data packages is you can see I've got one here for the Palisades back from the 19th. I've got 16 items in there, anywhere from anything from an IEP to IR overlays. And then also, I can bring up a variety of these maps, anywhere from, the suppression repair map. If that's one of your duties and you're doing suppression repair, and then we'll bring up just the regular ops map. So here's the ops map with the that IR overlay over the top of it. I can choose to turn off the ops map, of course. Change base maps. We could go to a Google satellite. But with the Google satellite, you can see, of course, we've got not up-to-date imagery, and that's where the orthomosaics come in. So I built a data package based off the Maxar imagery. So I went to the Maxar's open data site for this incident, downloaded each individual TIFF, put it in QGIS, merged those TIFFs into one raster, and then clipped it to just outside the extent of the fire. I was able to compress that to about 20% of raw data. Raw data was 16 gigabytes. Clipped took it to about 9 gigabytes, and then compressing it to 20% got me just under 300 megabytes. And that 20% works pretty good. I'm on an 11-inch Samsung Plus tablet here. So let's go back to data packages. Let's recompress this and go to the imagery. And now we'll turn the imagery on, and we'll change the base map so you can kind of see what we're talking about here when we're talking about these orthomosaics. So, and then I'll go back to my data packages, and let's turn off the IR overlay for now. So now I've got this updated, basically, base map of where the fire has burned. And as I go in here, unfortunately you can see, all the devastation. But that's the value of these updated orthomosaics, is that when I'm, want to do a little investigation of, what houses have burned on this street and so on and so forth, I've got updated imagery. And we also have DTED loaded as well. So I can put it in 3D and go in and get a good understanding of the terrain as well. So what does this look like on a wildfire? Why might you want to use this or some of the other tools? So I could go back to my data packages. Let's let this compress. So in a data package, I save it with everything turned off. So when you load a data package, it doesn't just spam your map. And now every time I change it, it's asking me, do I want to save it in that format again? So we're going to go back to the data packages. Let's turn on that IR overlay, and we can turn on the ops map as well. So we've got this ops map, kind of gives us an idea of lay of the land, where the divisions are, so on and so forth. And then I can see where these hotspots are. So the scattered heat is the yellow, and the isolated heat are these little red dots. And really what we're looking for is we want to make sure we're mopping up, close to the line, And if you were to wonder, well, how far is that, from, maybe an access point, that's where it's great with using some of these tools in TAC. So I can use, a measuring tool, range and bearing tool, and go, all right, well, if we have to make access from here, how far is it to get out here? How much hose might I need? Or over, or over to here, so on and so forth. And so that does add, I think, one of the cool tools in TAC is what does that look like? So the range and bearing tool only gives you as the crow flies. It doesn't give you, an up and down elevation profile and a distance along that. So if I was to say need to get up into this area right here from this location right here at this end of this road, well, what would be the right way to do it? A great thing to do is first put it back in that 3D mode and take a look at, all right, what is the best way? How would I get down there and get hose up in there? And so that's a great tool here. As you can see, all right, we get the end of this road. Looks like there's some existing either some line cut in here. So now I can use the routes tool. So we'll hit routes. I'm going to hit plus, manual. And now I'm going to set a route from the end of here, kind of following down this trail, and probably just up this ridge line back into the fire. I'll hit end. And now I can get an elevation profile as well. So I can do it where it's starting at the beginning, and I get a look at what that looks like going down and back up all the way up to that scattered heat. And you can see that I've got this total distance of 1,800 feet, a little over that, and a gain of 211 feet and a loss of 172. So again, just a really cool, another cool tool in TAC for some planning on wildfire. But really, this is about this orthomosaic, and again, one of the kind of, I think, value adds of TAC is being able to get that, from the tools, the folks that are taking this, the crewed aircraft, or from the satellites that are generating this and making it, but how do I make it impactful for the person on the ground that's helping make decisions or using this stuff? And I think TAC really makes this really easy. You can create this data package, put it on your TAC server, folks can download it. Heck, I put it on a Google Drive for folks to download. So if you didn't want to try this for yourself, it is at maps.tacserver.us, and you could download this imagery yourself and see what it's like in TAC. As always, you can reach out. If you need anything, hit me on LinkedIn, and I'm glad to help people better understand TAC and see where the value add is. Thanks for watching.